tones there. There's a lot of differing opinions, though, still about what actually happened at Jerez in that incident between Schumacher and Villeneuve. More now from James Allen.
It's been a tough winter for Michael Schumacher, roundly criticised following the infamous collision with Jacques Villeneuve last season. Questions and doubts about the so-called Jerez incident continue to hang around him.
I saw that Michael was starting to make mistakes, lock wheels, and so that's when I just even went more for it, and I knew that that's when I should overtake him also, because he was starting to be tired and he probably wouldn't react on the ball as he would have early in the race.
Excluded from the '97 championship table for unsportsmanlike driving, his reputation has taken a knock, but the double champion feels that he did nothing wrong, and that the majority of the public is still on his side.
Now, you admitted you made a mistake in Jerez. A lot's been said, an awful lot's been written, a lot of it rubbish, of course. What, from your point of view, is the truth about what happened in Jerez?
The middle, to be honest, because if you take the whole season, that's what you should take, is all the, I'd say, the congratulations and the support I got from all the people and the way they rode. You should take half of this away, and you should take half of the criticise away I got in Jerez. Just had a word with Ricardo Patrese. He just visited me half an hour ago, and he couldn't understand why they went after me that strong. I mean, in the past, that was the way you did it. I mean, if you wouldn't have done it, you would have been criticised the other way around. Nevertheless, we have new days and new times, and you have to adapt to the situation, which I think is quite right. How decisions have happened, I don't think the press you should consider too much. I personally don't, but obviously we live under a big attention of media, so you have to live with this as well.
The media you mentioned has been very extreme. Do you think the public feel the same way as the media?
No, to be honest, not. It came out after the Jerez race that there was a support towards myself of 8% staying behind me and really supporting me. So, I mean, the media makes one thing, but the real fan and the real people outside having a different thought, obviously depending from country to country, naturally. But in general, even now, if you look, in the first moment, Italian tifosi have been very emotional, but as soon as they calm down, they as normal as call the German fans, and they stay behind us and they support us.
A lot of the readers' polls in magazines and various things like that still put you as their #1 driver of 1997, which must have given you a lot of satisfaction too.
It does, and even if you see the reader letter, even in English magazines now, the situation turns slightly around, and where they say now it's time to stop about the bullshit and let's go through the whole season and look at everything, not just at the single event, which is obviously satisfying to see that you have that kind of support.
Psychologically and physically, Jacques Villeneuve feels that he raised himself to your level in 1997. Do you agree with that?
Obviously, I read certain things. One thing for sure is untrue is the fitness point, because I can't see anyone who may start the training by the end of the season can be as fit as someone who does it for so many years. Actually, having a word with him after the race, it came out that he said he couldn't keep the pace for much longer because he was physically finished, which wasn't the case for me at all, because the way I drove the race and the way I have my fitness, I didn't have any problem at any time. Jack mentally is strong. I mean, he's determined, he's prepared. That's where he's strong, no doubt. But I don't think things should be overestimated, what happened in Jerez. And you should see which car he was driving, which car I was driving, and you should take a couple of points into consideration rather than just put it into your own direction, which, okay, people like to do, and you understand that.
Yeah. He has taken the fight to you, though, in the last few years. He's one of the few people who actually is prepared to take you on, try and pass you if he can. Are you surprised by that?
No, I'm actually happy to have that kind of competition because it matches me in certain respect, which I'm looking forward to have equal people. I don't want just to run around and beat anyone without having the competition, and obviously he's a great competitor in that respect.
Now, you had a real fight, obviously, in Jerez. Psychologically, it would be very easy from the outside, very tempting to say that maybe going into the '98 season, he has the upper hand in the psychological side from the outside, but obviously from your point of view you have to resist that.
If you see and say that he's very strong, and so am I, then you should have thought that after what happened to him in Canada in certain races, that he should have struggled afterwards. But he didn't. So is with me. I mean, as we said before, Jerez is past and now it's the future. So I don't care what happened in Jerez. I will forget in the moment I race, and I will go on racing. Obviously, with the experience I've taken out of Jerez, no doubt. But I will not be kind of unsure or uncertain to do certain things. I mean, that's pretty clear. The point is that Jerez was obviously the last race, and you have quite a long while till the first race starts again. So in the meantime, people have a lot of expectation, and people think, and you obviously have to wait till the first race till you can prove that what has changed or not changed.
There's an awful lot of pressure riding on this season, Michael. I mean, in the press you see the line is, this car must win. Is that rather unhelpful, having that kind of thing hanging around you?
You know what bothers me? Is that when you say something to the press, they like to understand it their way. And you always have afterwards to repeat how you meant things. But it doesn't matter how you say, they still want to see it in a certain direction. As you say now, we have to win the championship. This is absolutely stupid, because, I mean, it is normal after what happened last year. Our target is to win the championship. And that's what we're saying. Our target it is. And we believe we have done the right job. But whether we do or not, who can tell? No one can tell. We will do our best, and we obviously hope it will be enough in the end. But it's not that we have to, and the world will not go under if we don't. I mean, we try next year. Ferrari didn't do it for 19 years, so nothing different will happen if we don't do it next year.
Now, for 1998, of course, we've got a lot of rule changes, not least the groove tyres. Do they suit your driving style?
I don't know whether it suits my style. Personally, I would have preferred to continue on a normal slick tyre, no doubt. The groove tyre is somewhere in between a dry and a rain tyre. You'd say I have been outstanding in rain races, it should suit me, but I don't think it's right just to see it that way, because you have to see the circumstance why I had been able to be outstanding. And there were other reasons, because other drivers can drive very good in the rain as well. Actually, there might be, in that respect, maybe some drivers who had been able to drive better in the rain than in the dry, who can do slightly better than they used to. But in general, I don't think the situation will change. The good drivers will stay the good drivers, the good teams will stay the good teams, and I wouldn't overrate the changes.
You've achieved so much, though. You still have a lot of ambition?
Oh yeah, still quite a lot of things to do, and they will take some more time. And at home there's quite an ambition to grow up my daughter and have a good family life. So it's quite entertaining so far.
The world according to Michael Schumacher. So then, Tony, it's everybody else's fault. The media have misunderstood him. He obviously feels hard done by. I mean, he can't be serious, can he?
He is. That's why there's no apology yet. But the point is, you know, the subtle nerf, the banging of wheels, drivers forcing their way through, it's been part of the game for the last 20 years. But the way you do it, you can do it in a subtle way, or you can take a sledgehammer to do it. Now, he said that Patrese, who was there, Riccardo Patrese, said he didn't know what all the fuss was about. Patrese, in his youth, was a very forceful driver, and James Hunt always blamed him for the accident in '78 at Monza, for him triggering it, which caused Ronnie Peterson's death. Now, that aside, I say that in '94 in Adelaide in Australia, when Schumacher last-ditch attempt to take the championship, and he took it, and he put Damon out, that was blatant as well. Now, to illustrate the difference, in 1990, when Senna was going for the championship, he only admitted it a year later, but he knew that he had to take Prost out in the Ferrari. What he'd done all through his career, through karting, etc., hooking his wheels on the inside, in a semi-subtle move, took him out of the program. And afterwards, we were thinking 50-50. What, did he do that on purpose? We're not sure. Go to this accident again in Jerez, you know, it was subtle as an air raid, as subtle as a flying brick. He can't understand the public outcry against it. Everyone saw that, the worldwide media, the public, and they went, oh my goodness me. And his publicity has suffered against, you know, in the sports review personality of Germany. He finished behind championship sausage eaters and pole vaulters.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of ground to make up, and I'm not sure that people are going to change their opinions about what happened there as quickly as Michael Schumacher thinks.